Well, good morning, everybody. It is Jared Wade, Communications Director for the town of Avon, joined by my friend, actually, he's that way, Ian. He's right there. We're doing this one remotely. I'm sitting at home, and Ian is at Town Hall. We have our job fair tomorrow, so I'm going to work from home today so that way I can be out there with everybody tomorrow. Ian is taking one for the team, and he's going into the office. Sure that everybody's getting care, keeping bill peoples in line and making sure that everything gets done correctly. Last night we had a BZA meeting. It was a very short BZA meeting, only a couple things, but we still want to make sure that we give everybody that 5-minute update, let you all know what happened at that BZA meeting. So, Ian, let us know, what all happened at the meeting last night.
Sure. We had two appeals for the Board of Zoning Appeals. First one was a variance of development standards, and that was to allow for an accessory structure which is not subordinate in height to the primary structure, being the house, and that's located along 200 South. That structure was built before permits were applied for, and at the time the town reviewed those permits, they found that it didn't meet development standards, thus requiring a variance. The Board of Zoning Appeals did find that it met the necessary criteria for approval, and they did approve it. The second
Nice,
one,
fantastic.
the second one was a special exception. That's SC 22-01, and that was to allow for a drive-through facility within Tier 1 of the U.S. Highway 36 Overlay District, and that's Swenson's Drive-In. They're going into Lot 5 of Harvest Landing, just east of the Costco fuel station. And although it's more of a drive-in use and doesn't actually have a drive-through, it did meet the strict definition of a drive-through, thus requiring them to get a special exception. So the board found that also met the criteria for special exceptions, and that petition was also approved.
Awesome. So basically, there was a business, and then there was a residential. Which
That's
residential is the first time we've had a residential, at least on this 5-minute recap. And real quickly, like in 30 seconds, can
sure.
you kind of explain the reasoning of why somebody residentially wise would need to come in? Because we've talked about businesses,
Yeah.
but it's also important for residents to know that there's a reason for you to come into BZA as well.
Sure. Yeah, there are standards within our ordinance that dictate, what buildings can be built and how they are built, setbacks from the road. In this case, it was the height of the structure, as I mentioned. So section 22.3 of the Avon zoning ordinance requires that an accessory structure, so that'd be like a shed or a garage, something you'd have beside your house, it requires that be subordinate in height to the primary. So if you have a house, your garage or your shed, under the standards of the ordinance, cannot be taller than your home. In this case, this pole barn was, but as I said, the board did find that it met the standards for variance of development standards in this case, and that was approved.
Awesome. Well, and then the second one was with the company Swenson's, right? Swenson's.
Yep.
And if you've never heard of Swenson's, I have never heard of Swenson's before, but there's a plethora of information online about them. They're very similar to like Mug and Bun, where they don't have a traditional drive-through, correct, Ian?
That's correct. Yep.
They don't have a full drive-through. So, Ian, real quick, again, 30 seconds.
Sure.
How did you approach that exception, if you will?
Yeah, so I don't have the exact definition for a drive-through facility in front of me, but basically it says that a drive-through facility is any accessory use or structure in which the business transactions are conducted with the customer in a car. And we found that to be true with this drive-in, right? Because you pull into the lot, you remain in your car, somebody comes out from Swenson's and greets you, and you transact within your car. So we did feel that it met the strict definition of a drive-through facility. And Chapter 27 of the Avon zoning ordinance, our permitted use table, does state that drive-through uses within Tier 1 of the US 36 Overlay District does require special exception approval before they are able to apply for a development plan review. So
Perfect. Outstanding. Well, if you want to learn more about Swenson's, jump on their website. I'm hearing that they're very similar to Mug and Bun. So if you know Mug and Bun, it's the same concept where you can kind of drive in, pull your car in, they'll bring the food out to you. You
It's
can
got a
eat
classic
there.
feel to it, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'm
He's
sure there's going to be a
driving.
car show in some form or fashion that's going to
Yeah,
be
that'd
held
be
out there.
cool. Be really cool.
Awesome. Well, Ian, thank you so much. I appreciate that 5 minute recap of the BZA meeting last night. If you are watching this live tomorrow, Saturday, the 19th, yeah, because today's the 18th. This February is flying by. Tomorrow is the Greater Avon Job Fair, and we have over 20 different employers ready to talk to you about all kinds of different jobs that they have. Most of these employers located right here in Avon. Very excited to be able to have this out at the White Oak Learning Center, Professional Development Center, which is just behind the administration building for the Avon Community School Corporation. It's going to be a fun time, 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. I'll be there. Ian probably won't be there. He'll be probably sleeping or at home or hanging out with or golfing. There you go. Any of that good stuff. If you have any questions in regards to BZA, feel free to reach out to Ian. His contact information is available online, or you can always just kind of comment on here and we'll get that to you as soon as possible. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate you.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye bye.